Hello viewers, you're welcome to another episode of Staad Pro. In this episode, I'll be showing you how you can design a steel structure using the steel designer. In the last video, I showed you how you can design a steel member using the normal designer you have in Staad Pro. So now I'll be using the steel designer. Okay, so the first step is to model your building and analyze the building. In the last video, we modeled this building and then we analyzed it. So when you go to post-processing, you see the result is available. So I'll be using the same model to do the other kind of design. Alright, so to do that, you can just go to steel design over here. So click on steel design. Alright, and then when you get here, the first thing to do is you can create a load envelope. Alright, so you can go to load envelope here, then you click on create load envelope. Then you can select all load cases. Let me just select the combination. So let me select the combination. So I'll be using this combination. This combination comprised of the two load cases, and then I factored it by 1. So just click on OK. If you want to change the name of the load envelope, you can change it, but it is not a necessity. So click on OK. So the load case have been created. The next thing to do is we have to create the member. You have all of the column and then the beam. We have to turn them into member. But to be able to do that, you have to you can go to setup. You can go to member design. Then you now go to member setup. Alright, then just click on the column. You can right click and then you turn into a member. Just click on form member, or you click on it. You can also use this icon here. Click on form member. So let's form all of them into member. So turn all of them into member. Let me just form this form member. Also this form member. You can actually use auto form as well. Okay, for example, when you check this icon here, you can see that is auto form member. Okay, but I'm not in love with that particular function, so I prefer to use the form member. I'll be forming it one by one. So form the member. Alright, so I'm done forming all of the members. So you can see them at the right. You can see member 1 up to member 42. Okay, so the column start from member 1 up to member 18. Okay, so from member 19 up to member 42, those are the beams. Okay, so that should not be a problem. So now that we've created the member, all we just need to do is we have to create a brief, and then we can now create a design group. So let's create a brief. Go to brief/group. So you can create a brief. So this is brief. Let's create a brief. Under the brief, your FYLD, that is the grade of the steel. You can change that. The grade of the steel, that should be 460,000. Then this is the welding stress. The welding stress, the default will be the 0.4 of your grade of steel. The grade of steel is what? 460,000. So this should be 200,000 if that's correct. Then torsion. Do you want to design for torsion? I want to design for torsion. The maximum allowable depth, let this be the default. This default. Minimum. What else can I change here? NSF 1. I think almost everything is in default. So if that's okay, just click on OK. So I've created the design brief for that. Then the other thing will be to create the design group. Okay, so just click on new design group. The first one, that will be for column. Okay, so let me give it a name. Let me call it column. Alright, then you add it. Click on add. So you can see the column is here. So let's select all of the column. If you still remember, from member 1 up to member 18, that is column. So click on member 1. You can select everything together. I'm just going to 18. So I have 18 there. Then you can click on this single forward. So click on that. Then you can see everything has been added over here. Then you can click on OK. You can see the design group for column has been created. You can create for beam as well. Click on new design brief. Then change the name of this one. Change it to beam. And then you can add that. So the beam has been added. Then I just need to send all of the member. So that should be from 19 up to 42. Select them. Okay, and then I can send them here. Use the single forward. then it is here. You can click on OK. Alright, so you can see the column and then the beam, they have their the design group already. So when all of these are done, the next thing will be to design. So you can come to member design and then you click on perform group design. So just click on check mode. Okay, so if you want to do for member section, this is single step, this is multiple step, just click on check code, then it will design the two groups. Okay, group design completed successfully, so click on OK. Alright, so when this has been completed, you can decide to check your your results. Go back to member design again, then you can click on view design results table. So click on that, then let me try to maximize this. So you can see this is the first group, that's column, and then this is the other one, that's beam. So anything from this line downward is beam. So first of all, let's check the slenderness check. So you can see the first one, the slenderness, that is 0.292. That is less than 1, so that is pass. This is pass. Okay, that is very good. And then we have the axial check. There is nothing like axial check here. So the axial check, it is not available. You do not design it for axial check. Then the combined axial and bending check. So everything passed. You can see everything passed. But oh, there is one that is failing. There is this one which is failing. That is member 28. Member 28 is failing. Oh, we also have another which is failing, member 27. Okay, I think those are the two members that are failing. Then there's another one here, member 39. Oh, I think that should be the long. There's another one here too, that's failing. That should be the long beams, that's the 4-meter beams. Okay, so what you can just do is you can reduce the span by putting a column, or maybe you can increase the section of the beam. Alright, so the combined axial and bending check did not pass. Then what about the shear along the Y? Okay, everything passed. Shear along the Z, everything passed. Okay, but if there is any that didn't pass, you can check that, but I think everything passed for that as well. Then deflection along Y, it has been ignored. The deflection along Z, that's also ignored. So that is how you can check for the result. You can close that. Then you can also check your your design, what's it called, the design calculation, the reports. So first of all, let me check for a particular member. Let me check for this long beams, this one. Let me check for this particular one. Then you can go to member design, then you click on view design calculation. So let me see the calculation for this particular beam. Okay, so the these are the inputs. Okay, so the forces, and then let's see the slenderness check, it is safe, that's good. Tension, what's it called, axial tension, it's also safe. Okay, that's perfect, it's also safe. And then let's see shear, the shear is also safe, and then deflection is ignored, just as we saw it over there. Okay, so this is the calculation for that particular beam. So if you want to check for let's say column, it's still the same step. Go to member design, and then you can view the calculation. So just just check through, and then if there's anything that is failing, well, you can see everything is safe. So that is perfect. So we are done with the design. Another thing you can do is the connection. All right, you can design the connection. However, there is bug in this particular version of Staad Pro, unless you are using the the Connect edition. Okay, so but let's see. But even though if that's the case, let me show you how you can do that for the sake of people that are using the Connect edition. So you can go to connection design. No. Go to design connection. You can see connection design here. All right, then you can pick a particular node. So for example, you can select this this node. All right, so there are about 3 connections that can be done on this node. First of all, you can connect this column and this beam in this node. You can also connect this column and this beam in this node. Also, you can also connect this column, the bottom column and the top column in this node. So that is 3 connections that can be done in just this single node. However, you can only do a connection design for beam column connection, not column connection. So let me select this node as I've selected it. Then you click on new connection, then it will take you here. So you have two design codes. You can use the BS590 and then you can also use the IS. So let me use the BS5950. So this is one connection. You can see the connection type. You have this one, you have an end plate, you also have the the angle connection. So you can click on this. So this is the first one, and then this is another one. This other one, you can see this is a end plate connection. You can see you have your column, you have your beam, and then there is end plate in between the two elements. Okay, as I've said, in this connection you can only connect beam and column. Obviously you can see you have column and then you have beam. So now as far as this node is concerned, you can do two beam column connection. Let me come again. You can do two beam column connection, that is this column and this beam, that is one. Also this column and this beam, that is another one. So those are the two connections you can do on this node. So you can see, let me click on this drop down. You see that there are two beams available, which is this beam and this beam. Okay, so also column, you have two columns available, which is the upper column and the bottom column. The two will be selected automatically. So first of all, let me do the one for beam 1. Click on beam 1. I believe this is beam 1, this backward one, that's the beam 1. So it will say you should enter the grade of steel. The grade of steel 460. Then the type of electrode, let me pick 42. Then the diameter, let me pick M16. And then the grade of bolts, let me pick 8.8. Okay, then do you want to include your moment for the connection design? Yes, click on OK. So you can see the connection is there. Also picking this node again, you have to pick that node again. You go to new connection, then this time around you will use the other beam, which is 31. Okay, use the other beam, which is 31. Then let me use the end plate again, end plate. Then let this be 460, let this be 42, this be 16. That's the diameter of the bolts. Then 8.8 for this. So you can click on OK. So you can see I've done two connections for this single node. So you can continue for the rest. Now let's try to design the connection and see if it will pass or not. This is what I was talking about the other time. So you can come to connection design, then you click on perform connection design, click on it. This is what it will bring. So you will see fatal error, the BS866 whatever is not supported. Okay, so the design code, the design will not be performed. So but that is actually a bug. So even if you use the IS, I showed you there are two codes. Let me go to connection design. Let me try to design for this particular node. Click on this node and then click on new connection. Then this time around, let's decide to use the IS 800. Okay, and then let me use this one. The IS 800 has about 4. Okay, the BS is just 2. So let me use this one, and then let me just use all this and then click on OK. So now let's try to design the connection again. Go to connection design, perform connection. You will see that this first one, which is connection MC1, that's BS, right? BS, and it says the BS is not supported. The other one is also BS, not supported. The third one, that's Indian, it is still not supported. You can see the Indian is still not supported. So regardless of the code you choose, it will still not design the connection. Okay, it will say the code is not supported, all right, but it will perfectly design your member, but the connection will not be designed. Okay, so at least it has designed your member. You will only be bothered about the connection. Okay, so thanks for watching the video. If you like the video, make sure you give it a like, and if you haven't subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.